Which brings us to
Sting Triple H.
Sting Triple H, which you would like me to start.
I can actually start this one.
Oh,
the last
okay,
one
go.
I definitely want you to start.
All right, good.
So, for me personally, this is the match I'm most looking forward to. I like the storyline of this match. Do I think it's going to be the best match? Like, wrestling-wise, no. But for me, this is the one I'm most looking forward to. We got Sting finally coming back, or not finally coming back, finally coming to WWE. It's been 14 long years. This is the old, WCW, WWE, as everyone's been saying. You got the Vigilante Sting, you got the Game Triple H. Two brawlers, I might add. Like, I love the fact we got two brawlers going at it. Sting's a lot older now. Sting is 56, which is crazy. I didn't realize he was that old. But I watched the tail end of his career in TNA, and I think Sting can still go. I think he'll put on a pretty good show here. For me, I know I just had, we talked about Cena Rusev, and, it's kind of a favorite one way. I thought Taker was more of a favorite. But for me, I think this is the most lopsided match of the night, in my opinion. I think Sting wins this without question. Triple H has a long history of pushing people over at Mania. Or not pushing, putting people over at Mania. I think Triple H's Mania record's like 7-10, something like that. Especially as of late, Triple H doesn't wrestle much anymore, and Triple H is a legend in his own right. I don't think he loses much by losing the Sting here. Yeah, there's the whole storyline behind it, but Sting doesn't show up after 14 years and lose this match, in my opinion. The only thing I don't like about this match is that I would prefer it to be more like a no-holds-barred, maybe have the sledgehammer versus baseball bat kind of thing come into play at some point. It kind of gives more options to the Authority, like what kind of impact are they going to play. I'm intrigued to see how this match ends up going. Will it just be a straight up one-on-one vanilla? Sting wins it, fair and square in the middle of the ring. Is Triple H going to order the Authority to keep it one-on-one, or is he going to have them involved? I think if the Authority does get involved, you might see something where, a Survivor Series follow-up where guys like Ziggler and, Eric Rowan and other guys like that would feel compelled to come back and pay back the favor, because when all the chips were down, Sting was there to back up Ziggler, especially at Survivor Series when things were looking at the worst. So my biggest question on this match is how will it play out? I do think Triple H can still wrestle. I think Sting's a big question mark. What kind of show is he going to put on? I think Sting's still got enough in the tank to do pretty well in this match. But as far as the match itself, I think Sting wins. This is my biggest favorite of the night, for sure. I love the storyline on this one, but for me, it's cut and dry, at least for me. I hope you can convince me otherwise, or if anyone can convince me otherwise, but I will be more shocked if Sting loses this match than Lesnar winning last year against Taker. I don't see Sting losing this one. That's all I got on this.
All right. First of all, it was when they said that they signed Sting, I almost immediately said, well, I guess he's going to be fighting Triple H at WrestleMania. That's a mistake. Anyone who was around in November could tell you I said
I remember that.
Triple H will put himself in the match, and that's a mistake. It shouldn't be Triple H Sting. The way it played out now, I'm glad it did. It's the right match. I'm good with this. That being said, I agree with your assessment of Sting and his wrestling ability. I watched him right up to the day he left TNA, and he could still match. Now, is he matching like the guys in the ladder match? Is he matching like Bray Wyatt or Roman Reigns? No. But can he put on a half an hour match with Triple H, one of the greatest performers of all time? Absolutely. The two of them can put on a hell of a show. So I'm not worried about it. I don't think it's going to, like I said, it's not going to be a phenomenal match, and I wish we had some phenomenal match in the top three, and I don't think there is one. I think they're all storyline matches, no matches. but that's okay. We'll deal with it. That's why I've said you probably some of you have heard me say this. It has the chance to be one of the worst WrestleManias ever, is because none of these matches are really Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. You know, but as far as this goes, I agree that it's obvious Sting has to win this until they started labeling it as WCW versus WWE. And that's when I started getting a little bit of a question mark in my head. You're going to label this as WCW as WWE versus WWE and then let WCW win at WrestleMania? That's when I started questioning it myself. Are they going to let Triple H win this? I mean, I know I said it myself. They can let Triple H win it and then just write another story. You know, that he could already be signed to fight the next event and have him win it, you know, however they wanted to do it. Like you said, it can go farther. If Sting wins, how much further do they go? What could they have done to this match to make it more intriguing? I'm going back to the Bella match right now. They could have made it be about something. Sure, this is great. We're seeing Sting at WrestleMania, and he's fighting Triple H, who is now the owner of the company. Sting is the guy that put WCW out of business. I mean, Triple H is the guy that put WCW out of business. Sting is the guy that defended WCW until it went out of business. Great. And what happened if Sting wins? Well, nothing. What happens if Triple H wins? Well, nothing. I would have loved to see... I mean, this whole thing was about balance of power and Sting being the vigilante, and even if they wanted to take him away for a short time, couldn't they have taken the authority away again? Sting wins, the authority's out of power. If Triple H wins, Sting is, you know, Sting's the right to all Sting goes to the WWE, and they're allowed to sell his merchandise without his money or something, make it a business thing. They could have come up with something to make it like, oh, wow, they're... You know, I don't know. And maybe that's a bad thing, because if they had done that, then it would have been even more obvious that Sting wins. And that was what I was going to say, Punk. The problem I have is, and then on Monday Night Raw, Sting comes out and says, this isn't about WCW versus WWE. And he completely negated it. I was going to get to that, Punk. And so I was slowly building up in my mind to a place where Triple H could win. And then Sting comes out on Raw and takes that. And I didn't understand why they did that. Well, I guess they did. Because they didn't want Sting. I would have been like, that's kind of bullshit that they let WCW win. So by doing that, they made it so that when Sting wins, I don't have that thought in my head. So I understand why they did it. But at the same time, it was the only thing making me think there was a chance that Triple H wins this match. I'm with you. This spread is easily as big as the Rusev spread. Yeah, there's just no way that Triple H drops to... I don't have all the records, but he hasn't won in... I'm a poopy head! Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Domination! Sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream because the bar is open! If Triple H wins... I mean, I guess one of the things that still gives Triple H just the little slightest thing is he lost to Bray Wyatt. He lost to Daniel Bryan last year. And what, Triple H the year before? Undertaker the year before, and then Undertaker the year before. When's the last time he fucking won? It's like the reverse of Undertaker. He has like a 30-year lose streak going on at WrestleMania. When is it going to break? So, I mean, it's like, can they keep having him be a viable contender at WrestleMania if he's never going to win a match? I just don't see this one being the one. Maybe they'll put him in something next year and have him win. But I don't see him winning. That's a big spread.
Especially when he's wrestling like once or twice a year these days.
Yeah, if they could sign him to a contract, if they could sign Sting to a contract where he actually showed up every Monday and then made it that he controls, kind of like in TNA, not necessarily he controls wrestling, but he controls wrestling operations. He becomes the general manager. Or even if they wanted to split the shows again and say he takes over SmackDown if he wins, and then he runs one show and Triple H runs the other, something like that. that would be great. Same time, like I said, it would make it more obviously that he's going to win. So, I don't know what you have here. The Cena-Rusev split is 1-7.
I was thinking like 10 personally.
1-10.
1-1 Sting, 1-10 Triple H.
At this point, I'm not even going to argue it. I had it less than that until you talked, and the more you talked, the more you convinced me. So, 1 gives you 1, 1 gives you 10 on Triple H. And now I'm in the situation of, do I want to dump a shitload onto Triple H, onto Sting and double my money, or do I want to spend a tenth of what I was going to spend on Sting and gamble? Do I put 100 on Sting and get another 100, or do I put 10 on Triple H, only losing 10, but if I win, I get the same amount of wins?
Yeah, I'm having to think about it too, because
but that's why we do it.
But I'm trying to save some for the perk matches.
The prop bets and stuff.
Yeah, so it's a good point, but I'm going Sting here. I just don't know how much.
I think I'm going to agree with Darum. I don't believe Triple H is going to win, but this is one of the ones, because the spread is so much, I'm going to go in the opposite direction, and I'm going to bet on Triple H. I'm going to just do 10 for now, but, I may throw an extra 5 on there later. Because 5 is another 50,
Yeah, no, I agree.